I love how this has been such a theme of your life, it seems. It obviously comes through in your books, comes through in Alongsiders International organization you founded. And I think this is not something that people are fighting for this, for the oppressed, for the vulnerable, for the underprivileged and overlooked. It seems like those kind of people are the ones on your heart. Is this kind of the litmus test of the Christian faith? I know you could point me to Micah 6:8. I know you could point me to when Jesus was separating the sheep from the goats, and that litmus test of what we have done in his name for the least of these, then welcome into my kingdom. Is that kind of something that's deep in your heart?
Yeah, I love the word you use, litmus test, because Jesus says the litmus test of whether we are his followers is whether we love God. The litmus test of whether we love God is whether we love our neighbors. And the litmus test of whether we love our neighbors is whether we love our enemies and the poor, those that in our culture, in our society, we're not called to love, or there's no, in fact, we're called to hate them and despise them and push them to the margins. And that's why we call them the marginalized. So yeah, I think that is the litmus test.
It's probably something also that I'll speak in general terms we're failing at, as far as loving our neighbor. Sounds cute and sweet if you live in the suburbs and you have the same car and the same kind of house and same lifestyle as your neighbor. But those who are different from us, who are not in the same homogenous groups, are obviously not as easy to love, or they're just not even on our radar whatsoever. And you've had these experiences in Cambodia and all over the world. What is it that has driven you maybe towards the heart of God through the poor?
Well, for me, I first moved into a Cambodian slum in the year 2000 and really began to dig into the Gospels, into the teachings of Jesus, who, his mission statement was, I've come to bring good news to the poor. Blessed are the poor. And we so often co-opt those words for ourselves, those of us who are comfortable and affluent. We immediately skip to poor in spirit because we want to we want to take those words for ourselves, and that's valid as well. But Jesus is also talking about those who are economically poor, those who are oppressed, those who are exploited. And that's the vast majority of the world. And so if we are ignoring them, then surely we are missing a large part of what Jesus' mission here on this earth was.
Missions Pulse. Know God's heart, join his mission. This podcast is powered by Within Reach Global. Subscribe, watch, and listen on YouTube today. Visit missionspulse.com.